Alright, map 27 time. And this time we're just told to run. So we're gonna start running. Now this map is quite fast. So you do not have to kill any of these enemies, you just have to run away from them. And then everything will die. There's a little secret right there. And once you press this, you'll have 2 enemies die and the last Mancubus. Then take the bridge. Bam. There you are. Done in 35 minutes. Yeah. Goodbye. Alright, time for the real deal. This map is quite interesting. So first we have the secret here. And if you press use under that, that will take us out. So that secret's a reference to the ode to blah 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 maps. Not too caught up with the lore on that, but something like that. So anyways, a little secret right here, give us a little mega armor. And we can grab this key. So there's 2 keys you want to grab before the finale opens up, and this one is definitely the hardest in my opinion. So I just do this first. Also accidentally grabbed that megasphere, which was not good. So you're gonna have a bunch of chain gunners and archviles appearing, and they do a lot of damage. Once you press those 4 switches, you can leave. And we get the BFG. So we're pushing through here. Almost died, but luckily there was a megasphere waiting for me. Now, once I got this far, this was the furthest I've ever gotten in the map. So I wasn't too prepared. Barely live that archvile. So now we can go to the finale. And I was really low on health, so I was really worried here. I also didn't remember what to do, which didn't help. So I thought I had to go where the cyber was, but that was not correct. So now we're on to the final arena. And I'm still low on health, so I had to just kind of grab that megasphere and hope I didn't get shot off. Now this part really fills up with enemies. So what I like to do is kind of stay near these imps as long as I can. And if the cybers come close, or if I'm running low on space, I leave. At this point, I was pretty tempted to just go to the next part, but I really didn't want these cybers alive while I'm doing the next area, as it kind of messes up my plan, because the next part of the map is easily the hardest part, or at least easiest part to mess up. Alright, so now we can go over here. And this next part, there's going to be a lot of archviles. Like, too many to deal with. And there's going to be 3 cybers. And those cybers are actually your best friend here. So, they also won't be able to cross that white line. So, the best strategy I found was actually to just archvile jump out of here. And I somehow took that make bullet on the way. But that's fine. So now, as you can see, the cybers are just fighting all the archviles for us. And I can just wait here. Yeah, that fight is pretty cooked up there, if you stay there. You're only given 1 megasphere, and if one of those archviles hits you, you're pretty much bound to die, because they'll just hit you off the map and insta-kill you. And at this point, most of the archviles were dead, so their job has been done. Or the cybers' jobs, at least. Excuse me. This was a bit dangerous here because I didn't want to shoot and then have the archviles hit me. And yep, at this point we are free to go. One of the hardest fights in probably the WoD. So then we have this fight. Now, to be honest, I didn't really practice this area. I kind of like played it once and forgot about it. So I didn't really know what was coming, like at least like what enemies. I thought there were cybers coming the whole time, but there wasn't. Here you're only given one megasphere, so you have to make it count, and you really need to take as little chip damage as possible. Somehow I actually played this part like really well. I ended up taking not a lot of damage. However, this mastermind came up out of nowhere. Wasn't really expecting that. And yeah, once I pressed that switch over there, I didn't know this at the time, but it kills all the enemies up top. So yeah, this area is cleared. And I'm not sure why, but it seems like the only way down from here is jumping there, which is a bit strange. Alright, so now time for cleanup, which I was really slow at, unfortunately. However, I believe this is still record. But, I mean, this is only one other time on this map. So, switch right here, grab the megasphere. Unfortunately took a full damage rev missile there. That was really unfun. And then this archvile out of nowhere. And then this rocket. And then look at that, my megasphere is completely gone, pretty much. So this might be a fun map to try to get like a fast time on. You can like push through all the areas without really waiting on something. And if you're lucky, you can get some really good infighting. I really struggled with the cleanup on this part, mainly because I kind of wasted most of my health, and I didn't really have cell ammo available to me without going back to this part of the map. But even here, there wasn't a lot of cells, unless if I took my way all the way back up to that archvile arena. But that part, there's like a bit of parkour, so it's just a little bit risky. So here is actually a really good spot for killing. The cleanup in this area went really bad. I was just kind of playing really dumb here. Like for a bunch of chain gunners, I was peeking way too long. Then back to 70 health. Which is kind of scary because an Archvile can just insta-kill me at this health. Also, I somehow picked up Mega Armor there. Don't really know where that came from. Somehow there were still so many enemies here. This part, the Archviles just lived and they kept rezzing, which was quite unlucky. And yeah, I almost died again. So this point I knew I had to do this little parkour section again. But if I do that, I can get all these cells. Again, that one Archvile being alive really screwed me here. This is some like painful to watch cleanup. I'm so sorry. I don't know why, but there's just a big pile of revs up here. We did not infight at all, by the way. That was a pretty good BFG right there, not gonna lie. Same with that one. Now, I did not know what was going on here, but I did not want to die here, so I just kind of wasted a lot of ammo on the cyber. then here, this area, I had almost like no infighting happen here as well. This was really bad. Maybe I should have stuck my head in here one more time before completely leaving this area, because this was a mess. And you know what's bad? When there's a cyber in there too, and they just weren't doing anything. And I almost died there. And trying to get over, but couldn't. Unfortunately, there wasn't really any archviles over here, which I don't think any spawn here. Might be wrong about that. A lot of those enemies died really quick there. Like surprisingly quick. So yeah, a little ashamed. I feel like this demo could have been a lot better with better infighting. But again, that's mainly my fault. So, that is the last of the kills. The last 4 barons are in the first secret. Oh, nice fall there. We're in the secret area that we missed out on, or just left them in. Secret would have been useful earlier. So go back to this secret area and get the BFG. And yippee! Alright. And then this ending here, there's a little bit of parkour. I was a little bit too ballsy here. I feel like I almost died here, but I kind of just went for it. Yeah, that was a bit scary. Anyways, the Lost Colors done in 23 minutes and 36 seconds. Really fun map. And the last big map of the WoW. Alright, map 29. This map has no kills in it. And no secrets, so I believe that is a UV speed. But yeah, there is the Anticlimactic End, done in 13 seconds. And here we are, map 30, the very last map. It's the first map, but it's snowing. And then we see some booty cheeks, kill them, and then bam, there we are. GG. Okay, but this is actually a really cool secret map or finale, so I do want to show it off. So we got the beautiful snow here. It's really pretty. Kind of hurts my eyes though. And look here, we have our credits map. This is just pretty cool. So yeah, This is the end of what's it called? Sepia. Really cool WAD. Shout out Petya and everyone who worked on it. It's really fun time here. Yeah. Not too good at giving closings, but just watch who playtest this real quick. Okay, got a lot of playtesters. A bunch of guest mappers. Textures, okay. Mapping help. Insane gazebo mention. It's crazy. Oh, we already saw this. Okay. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching the series. I will catch you on the next one. Brain Freeze is out. Wait, actually, one more thing. I just want to show off what it says at the end here. Radio static noise. Hope you enjoyed my colorless adventure. See you next time in all radio static. Thanks for playing. Radio static noise. End of transmission.